Hey guys, I'm Michael. And I'm Diego. And we're Volumes, and you're watching RspTV. Can't you tell that I'm already in the mix?
I've been waiting for you guys to come to Sweden for a while, because I'm a fan, and
cool.
Now you're finally here with Of Mice and Men for support. And
yes.
How's the tour been?
It's been amazing. We've never done a tour like this, especially in Europe. This is our second time back, and we're really grateful to be here. It's a small package, so I feel like a lot of these kids coming out to the shows don't even know us, and they're kind of finding out about us for the first time. So
it's
exciting.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, like you said, we've been here one time, and to come back and on such a massive tour with two powerhouse bands, I mean, it's a great opportunity for us to get our situation out there. So we're really humbled to be a part of it. It's great.
What's the best place you have been to so far? Like new places?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam was the funnest, at least.
But it was a great show.
Most fun.
The best show we've had, I think, so far was Hamburg, Germany. That was an awesome show. The kids were really cool. So, but I think Amsterdam takes the cake.
It was epic.
You also released your latest. The latest record you released was No Sleep.
Right.
Yes.
And you got some really great responses from that, and some charts as well.
Yeah.
Compared to the last record, what did you do different?
I think it's lyrically different and it's musically different. Mike and Gus write the lyrics, so they have their own. I'll let Mike speak on that whole aspect.
Well, yeah, I mean, we just basically, the whole process was just treated a little different. Lyrically, you know, we wanted to amp everything up, give it life, and talk about, like, stuff that's not so, like, complicated, like space and stuff. We just wanted to be more real with the lyrics. And as far as, like, the production, I mean, we didn't do anything.
Songwriting's different. I mean, the songwriting's different. Like, the concept of Dreaming Via, I feel like sometimes we would have, like, we'd have a riff and a rhythm, and then the next part of the song would be like the same rhythm and a different riff, you know, and it would we kind of would stay on the same thing, kind of build off that. So it was a little bit more, I don't know, just different. This record is written more on, like, we have intros, verses, okay, now chorus that's totally different from the verse. We're not just building off the same riff for the whole song. Which, honestly, like, sometimes I'm a fan of building off one riff, and then I'm also a fan of just, like, making a song, you know, like, the way that it's done in No Sleep. So I think our next record's going to be a mix of both.
How was it for you to record the album as the only guitarist?
What?
You're
the only guitarist? It was a lot. It was a challenge.
You didn't sleep.
It was a lot of I literally didn't sleep.
No sleep.
Stayed up like 75 hours, doing the final mixes. And Brandon Paddock was a producer involved that helped mix and helped produce the whole CD. Shout out to him. Yeah.
And you also recorded a song for the Fearless record, Pop Goes Punk.
Yeah.
And that was pretty different.
The Drake cover?
Yeah. I haven't heard it yet.
Oh, you should listen to it.
Okay.
It's a good one.
How did you decide on that song?
We didn't really get to decide. They kind of give you a list, and they kind of tell you, like, what they want you to do.
Well, they gave us, like, a list of, like, 40 songs. And we were calling it all. We couldn't make up our mind. We couldn't all agree on the same song. And I just ended up, like, me and Gus, I guess, met up. We were hanging out. We live in the same house, and one day we were just talking about, Drake. We chose Drake because I wanted to choose Drake because it's like a 120, 128 tempo, and that's, like, Volumes writes a lot of our songs in those tempos. So, like, right off the bat, like, that's kind of like a song that we could do. And we're also, like, Drake fans, you know. At least I think our drummer isn't actually, but. I just thought it would be really cool to incorporate, like, a volume-sounding song, but a volume-sounding recording of a Drake song. You know, and we try to add our own flavor to it, and I think it came out great. Like, I'm really proud of it.
Would you do anything like that to your own music, maybe, in the future?
I mean, certain elements, like, as far as singing goes, like, yeah, I would love to. we had a lot of fun doing that, and I would love to do it again with a different artist, different song.
So back to this tour, you are on tour with Of Mice and Men again.
Yeah.
And they have quite a younger crowd, I would say.
Yeah.
And
they're a lot of them are girls.
yeah,
Younger,
Awesome.
younger, more girls, more language barriers. So that's like odd stacked
In
after
Europe.
odd. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But yeah, it's been great. I mean, you get a lot of different reactions. Some nights are insane. Some nights they don't quite understand you. And doing Europe only twice, it's hard to gauge like
Where we're at.
or like where you're at, what
Or
you
how-
can get away with on stage, and have like the fans like receive it and understand it. So, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely a cool ass tour, a good opportunity.
I love touring Europe. I wish. I know we're gonna start coming back a lot more.
oh, cool.
You know, 2 to 3 times a year. So
Any tour of the Mice and Men is
that too.
insane. We're going back to the U.S. with them after this, and kind of doing the same tour. So like, no matter where they go, they're at that point where it's like they have the kids waiting outside. Any band that's a part of that, they let in the experience. It's just like
It's an honor.
it's a great
Yeah.
tour. So it's like, you know, all those other bands. If you ever get like accept the Mice and Men tour, you will not go wrong. It's really fun. It's really fun.
So what's the biggest challenge on being on a tour like this compared to a heavier tour?
The length-
Heavier?
Yeah, like a heavier
Challenge?
pack.
I mean,
I
challenge?
I
wouldn't
yeah,
say, I'd say it's there's
def-
more opportunity. I don't know, what do you
No, there's for sure challenges. I mean, like, yeah, with the younger demographic, you have, like, them expecting one certain thing, or you have a lot of kids that haven't really heard of, like, volumes, and then we go on stage and we're, like, way different than Amity, Affliction, or Mice and Men. We have a very heavy aspect to the band. It's challenging, but it gets kids, like, awake. It definitely sets the tone for the show. I mean, you need like, as an opening band, what we're doing on this tour, we definitely bring the energy in. So
Yeah.
it gets challenging. You definitely have kids like waiting for the singing parts, the softer parts, but then you have a lot of other kids there that are all into it and came for heavy music. I mean, the European people love heavy music, so it's like we are up there. It sometimes doesn't make sense. We're like, whoa, this is really heavy. You guys are just standing there, but then you look and you're like, okay, we're on this tour, and these kids are fans of the headlining band, so you just gotta work through it and accept it. And it's honestly kicks you in the ass and makes you work harder, because then it's like you gotta double time things and just make sure you're actually getting the kids engaged, and because the tones aren't quite doing it, so then your performance gets better. So it's cool. It's like
Sure.
I don't know. It's like practice. This is like it's a huge learning experience, and every day we're just getting better and better. And to bring this back to the States, it's gonna be like, you know, having those crowds, applying what we've learned out here to our U.S. show will go over way better. So it's a whole learning experience for sure. Yeah. I'll shut up now.
What do you prefer, the Europe crowd or home crowd?
Me personally, I will never be able to decide, because
Yeah.
all of our fans I love equally, and I think it's so cool that when we're in the States, I think it's really cool that we're in our own country and people like listen to our music, you know. But then again, when you come to Europe, you're halfway across the world. You're on the other side of the world, and people like your music. So it's like it's great either way. I can't. Me personally, I think Mike might have something.
Europe's better for
Different
like touring wise. Like, you get catered to, you get a bus usually.
It's nicer.
You get food, like actual food, meals. So I would say, like, touring wise right now for us, like, and like the amenities, Europe hands down. But like shows in the U.S. for us at the moment
We might be stronger there. We've toured there way more than
are
Europe.
insane. I mean, we have great shows out here occasionally, but you just have a lot of more headway in the U.S. obviously, and we just have a lot of spots that are like close to our hearts back home that we go and play. You know, probably every tour. So it's special. Like, you have your 3-4 venues back home that you play, and you build the relationship with the kids every time you go. And we're trying to do that here. So hopefully we get to come back more and more and do the same exact thing. So,
Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I won't say the band, but we're coming back this year already in 2015.
Yeah.
It's spoken. We'll be back.
Definitely.
It's gonna be awesome.
Except that, what's your plans for the year?
We're doing a few more tours. One U.S.
We're doing one U.S. tour actually, and we're taking the summer off to write the new records. Finish writing the new record.
So yeah, the goal is to put out a record and not take 3 years from the last one. So we're trying to not pump it out, but try to get majority
Efficiently,
done.
yeah. Just
over
work
the
on
summer.
it. Yeah. Not wait any much longer. To start.
So this summer we'll just be chilling, writing music, and hanging with the family, and maybe do some shows in LA and Arizona or something like that.
How different is the new music to?
I mean,
so far.
So far, it's. I think Volumes is like we have like a very. In my head, it's a defined sound. You know, it's bouncy. So it's usually slower tempo, like 120, 128. And I think the music is always going to have that in essence, and it's always going to sound like us, and the riffs are just they're just going to be Volumes riffs, you know. But there's just so much more. Me personally, as a fan of music, you know, I'm always listening to music. I'm always learning new things. We're always learning new things, and I think on the next record, it's just a question of how far can we push ourselves. You know, how many more elements can we introduce? You know, or what elements can we perfect that we felt we didn't do as good as we could have on the last record? You know, it's like every record's like a test. It's like a depiction of an art you created in a certain time frame where your mind was going through certain things, you're going through certain troubles. You know, that's how you get lyrics. That's how you get song ideas. You know, so it's kind of like on this next record, I just want to continue doing that same artistic thing, but you know, apply stuff from music that I'm really into, you know, new life experiences, you know, touring the world, you know, you see a lot of things, you live life, so I want to apply everything, like, all this that I've grown the past couple of years into this new CD, and same with, obviously, Mike, you know, your 2 cents?
I mean, like, the new music is, I haven't even heard any of it yet. I don't even know what it sounds like, which I feel like is the best thing for me. Like,
he kind of waits until we have until I finish we finish songs, and
so I'm just gonna be chilling hard, waiting for this flow to give me music, and then I'm gonna kill it.
Cool. Do you have anything to add to the interview for people to hear later on?
I love you.
Yeah, we're really tired.
You're watching this.
But we love Europe, and we cannot wait to fucking play Gothenburg.